Howdy folks, we're working on an old Homelite xl-12 today, and we're just not really doing much to it other than just getting it running. I don't want to get too fancy with this one. I just want to make it cut some wood. So, but one thing that gets overlooked on some of these old girls is your cylinder bolts. Sometimes they're loose, so you got to make yourself a wrench that'll fit in there and just give them a quick snug up. Because I've seen them where they've come loose and they've broken stuff and made a mess. So then another thing on these old girls is take the flywheel off and clean out this cavity here. Because sometimes it'll pack with sawdust and shit, and it'll actually be prone to boiling your gas. So if you've ever opened your gas cap on one of these old style saws and the gas was come flying at you, that's why. Of course, on a really, really hot day, it'll just probably do it anyways, but something to watch out for. And of course, clean your fins. And while you're here, you might as well check your points or replace them. You see, on this girl, there's a little bit of carbon scoring, but it's always been my experience. I can get it to turn over for you. Carbon scoring doesn't mean it's necessarily the end of the world. If I had a light, I'd get it in there for you. Yeah, that's better. Now you can see the rings are actually still in pretty good shape. So I think this one's gonna run just fine like that. So. Okay, I'll yak at you when I get it a little farther along. Okay, it's a little while later. I got the carburetor cooking away. Other thing to do is when you get the carb off, you can make sure these are still better. Sometimes they come loose. Got a better handle for it. New fuel line, filter ready to go. We'll find a button. Back to what I was saying earlier. It's while you're doing this, make sure you clean all the carbon off the port, because that's what causes that scoring. I got most of it. You can see there's a little bit right here. And some of it can be quite stubborn. Just have to be gentle, that's all, with the piston and all that in there. So yeah, I got most of that off. But another thing you want to do, clean the inside of your muffler. You can see there's all kinds of debris in there, and that can come off and it'll go back into your cylinder and bugger shit up. Pardon my French. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, afraid to make new gaskets either. It seems intimidating at first, but you buy the hole punches, the gasket paper, and a little knife set like this. You'll be into it all for $50. So you can make any gasket you want. So we'll be back. So there's my new gasket that I made. It's not perfect, but it'll seal just fine. A couple more tools that makes this really nice is a mechanical pencil and a good pair of scissors. So yeah, I'm going to put the carburetor back together and put it on, and we'll see what happens. While I was waiting for that to finish, another thing is in your cap, a lot of different models use the same style. It's a duckbill valve is what it's called. And over the years, they just turned to goo, and that's what happened to this one. It was actually plugging the cap, so I removed the goo. It will leak fuel now, which is not ideal, but it will also not starve for fuel due to a vacuum lock. So you can find these duckbill valves. I just don't have any right now, so we'll have to wait for one of those. So I wasn't going to show anything on the carb rebuild, but I do have a tip for you. Is a lot of guys, they get hot and heavy. Like, oh, I'm going to rebuild the carb and I want to do it right. And they're like, I'm going to get rid of these Welch plugs. And that's fine, you can do that. But it's been my experience that 90% of the time, you can clean the carb just fine without removing these. Now, the other 10%, you know, guys will jab something through them and rip them out and whatnot, eh? So you risk damaging the orifice and the little screen behind these. And if you're like me, you buy the cheap Chinese carb kits, the new Welch plugs aren't the right size, so, because, you know, that would require too much effort on their part. So what I do, and I learned this from an old fellow, this is not my idea, but it works great, is when you go to put these in new, they're convex and they stick up, and then you want to hammer them sort of flat to expand the plug in the hole so it sits tight. So if you make yourself kind of a dull center punch almost, just hammer the Welch plug in until it's concaved and it'll loosen up and come out. And then when you want to reseal the hole, just flip it over, tap it down nice and flat. Then you don't have to piss around. The only time I actually had to remove a Welch plug on one of these Tiltson HS carbs was on Johnsford 49 I fixed up for my dad. And the saw would run great, and then you'd rev it up, and then it would slowly starve for fuel. And I checked damn near everything 5 times, and I got pissed off. And what it was, there's a little piece of shit behind this Welch plug between the screen. So every once in a while it would be fine, and then you go to cut with it, and it would stick on the screen and then starve for fuel. Because you could spin the high-speed jet out as much as you want, and it would make no difference. So, but yeah, that's just my little tip for you. Because like I say, sometimes the kit doesn't come with the right plug, and yeah, to be continued. So, me again. What the hell was I gonna say? The oh, that's right. So I pressure tested the carburetor, and what you're doing is you're checking to see that the little needle in there is sealing against the seat, and this one failed miserably. So what you can do is take some aluminum polish like this is what I use, and a Q-tip in your drill, and you gently jam her in the hole and polish the seat, and a lot of times that's all it takes. But I don't know, the edible I ate earlier is kicking in, and I can't find my drill, so we're just gonna pretend that everything's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna put the carburetor in, and away we go. Okay, kind of get you set up here. I don't have to hold you. I know we're very professional today. Well, she's running. For all you guys who are like, oh, put the muffler on, it's gonna blow up. It won't hurt it running it that long. I wouldn't go cut wood with it like that. But and for all you other guys that are like, oh, I should have did the crank seals. Yeah, I know. But I don't have any right now, and I don't care. But it will cut wood. Guarantee that. You know, a lot of times on these old saws, it's the one on this side that gets dried out first. And yeah, I don't know why that is. Just probably because there's oily goodness on this side, but I don't know. I think they're okay. We'll know more once I get the muffler off. Or on, sorry, and yeah, then we can actually tune it instead of just listen to it pop and fart. And it was flooding out a tiny bit, but not too bad. I think it'll come around. Air filter's not too bad. You know how they kind of go in like that a little bit over time? There is a way to fix that. Let's put you down for a second there. You actually just, it depends how bad a shape they are too, but if you turn them inside out, sometimes that's just enough. Let them sit for a while. What you can do too is when you got them inside out, just take a heat gun, just warm her up a little bit. Don't melt anything, or you'll regret it. Then yeah, you see this one, just from sitting, it sat that whole time just inside out, and you can see it's not even that bad. So I'm probably just gonna put the ye old cover on her and call her good enough for now. It's dark outside, so you won't see it cutting today. Maybe tomorrow. Good old blue one here. It's weird. It's still got that sticker on there. Meanwhile, the paint is like just terrible. But that's part of her charm, I guess. Like I said earlier, that duckbill is gone. That's why that cap leaks like a sieve. See how it restarts. Well, I wish everyone a Merry Christmas. If you've made it this far, then congratulations, I guess. I normally don't talk in videos, and I guess you know why. Okay, bye-bye.